I'm sure you've thought about packing your things, gather everything, abandon everyone, moving to another city, another country maybe. Honestly, it is glorified on social media. At the moment, it might look like the best decision, and the consequences of it, you might not feel it at the moment. And there's a lot of things that they don't show you online about the results of such a decision. And so I've had to make this decision, I believe, 4 times. I don't know if this is a blessing or a curse. Maybe I'm cursed, who knows? But I've had to make this decision, abandon and leave connections, friends, family, and start a new life, basically. So it's not an easy decision. And I don't think now I'm emotionless to such a decision. It is a struggle each time. It might have become easier over time because I've done it so many times, but I don't think it's natural for it to become easy. It shouldn't be easy. So I'm making this video honestly for 2 reasons. One is to document how I currently feel about this topic, about moving, because I recently moved. Two is about the hardships and the struggles throughout the process. Maybe you'd benefit or get anything out of this. So for me, I'm good. It is interesting after having done it multiple times, how I don't want to say it's easier, but the idea of leaving family, friends, connections, and going to a new place. Leaving, it's a sort of safe bubble. It's your comfort zone. So there's excitement sort of to it, and you feel, okay, I want something new. I want to change something in my routine, in my life. I don't want to just keep doing everything the same. So I feel like, okay, at the moment, it's like, okay, that's the way to go. Best way to change your environment and the people you meet is ditch, just go to another city, another country. Maybe if you're crazy and you just switch up and go to a different continent, that's something even more crazy. We'll talk about those stories another day. But yeah, that idea of itself, I find it interesting, and interesting how we respond as people to that process and the struggles throughout that process and the opportunities to learn and grow as a person professionally throughout your career, because such environments, I don't believe they create normal people. They do create someone that's been through a lot. You cannot compare someone that's lived same culture all his life and died compared with someone that had the opportunity to meet new people, diverse cultures, learn about all the different possibilities and different experiences from people's lives. I do believe it's amazing and it is rewarding, but you do pay the price. That's why I'm making this video. At first, it's really exciting, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. You will feel, okay, it's a new adventure, meeting new people, exploring new places. It feels amazing at the moment. But slowly, as the date comes closer, it creeps by. You don't feel it. Even though you try to ignore it subconsciously. Slowly, it's like, okay, I'm not gonna stay here. I'm leaving. Well, this is potentially forever or for a really long time. For now, I'm gonna abandon everyone and just start a new life, basically. My moment, honestly, where I most feel it is at the airport. Through the ride there, you're okay. You honestly, I believe subconsciously, you're ignoring it. You're trying to feel, oh, okay, don't worry. I'll be back most probably. God knows when. But no, I'll be back soon. But when you actually get there, and the moment is when you pass through security, pass passports, pass everything, pass security, that's when you give the final goodbyes from far away. That's when it hits you and you feel it and you're like, okay, wow, this is real. I can't go back now. Everything's booked. I gotta go. I gotta go what I committed to. And that's when it hits you. That's when honestly you truly feel the weight of the decision. And that's when you follow up on what you actually committed to. I will say it is a little bit easier when moving to or going to abroad for university. My reasoning is you do feel sort of connection because you can easily make friends with people you're going to classes with. You already have similarities, and you're with people similar age group, all going towards a similar goal. So it does feel a little bit easier, and you'll get more relief that aspect of it. So you won't feel you're alone on this journey at all. But you'll feel the other side of it, which is new responsibilities you didn't have. So, for example, basic stuff. So, you'll have to learn how to cook, learn how to clean, learn how to manage your time, how to manage actually doing your assignments, your tasks, and being actually a responsible adult. So that's not things you're taught throughout high school. Maybe a little bit, but you're not actually exposed to it really until you actually left your parents' home. If you've never left your parents' home, then you're never exposed to it. you're always in a protection, sort of a comfort bubble, I like to say it, because you've never left. Everything's provided. No need for stress or effort on your end, actually, for any of those parts. You don't have to think about them. But when you leave, they're suddenly dropped on you, and you have to learn those stuff. And it is a learning curve, but it's nothing too crazy. But at the time, you'd feel like it's the end of the world when there's nothing in the kitchen and you can't cook, and all you're eating is instant ramen alone at 1 a.m. Those stuff, honestly, are memories. You do think about them now, look back and laugh about them, but it is a little bit difficult, but it will pass by. You'd see like certain events, and you come back, visit your family, friends. Life has moved on. Things have changed. Events you've missed. So like birthdays, holidays, you weren't there, and so you do feel them. You're sort of out of place, and you missed out on them. And when you come back, it does feel like you're alone because you did miss all of those moments. And then when you're alone, you do feel you get reminded by those moments. It lingers away. It lingers at your mind. It's like, okay, they're all together, but I chose this. So that's the price of this experience and this adventure, I'd say. So you will miss out on special moments and holidays with your families or birthdays and stuff like that. But it is part of the process. I do believe it's tougher after university because you already have established patterns, friends, connections, family. Again, the comfort zone, the bubble, you already have it. After, if you want to abandon all of that and abandon that comfortable and the safety, I would say, of your everyday life for something new, it is more difficult, and I do believe it is harder because when you move out to university, you do meet people similar age, similar goals, so it makes it easier. But when you do it, for example, for a career move, it is more difficult because there's no guarantee you'll actually meet people similar age, similar hobbies, interests, because you can find those a lot in university because you go similar classes, most probably similar interests because following the same courses and same degree, for example. On the other hand, for careers, that's not how it works. You'd have a range of coworkers, so some would be married and have kids, some would be way older, some maybe younger for you, and interns starting together maybe. So it does feel a little bit weird when you do the complete switch up for a career move or changing after you've already established friends, university friends, connections, family. It is much tougher. But honestly, sometimes make it worse is when you go to a local coffee shop or restaurant. And honestly, they can spot you. I don't know. I mean, most probably you can spot someone from out of town as soon as you order or someone's serving you something. Most probably they'll say, okay, are you from out of town? They can tell somehow. And then you'd say yes and go on with your story. But it does linger in your mind. And you feel, okay, you left your hometown, new place, new environment, new people, still creating those connections. And then I don't want to say there is no belonging to it, the new place. You still don't feel a connection to it. You can be spotted from the crowd. They can tell, okay, he's from out of town. So it does sort of give you this feeling of not belonging there. And it does linger back and say, okay, this is temporary. Maybe I don't want to be here all this time. So it will hit you a little bit. On the other hand, such a drastic move and change in your life, it is extremely influential and beneficial for you to grow as a person, mentally, sometimes physically as well, and professionally. Plus, the idea is that when you make such a move, it takes courage. Who would want to leave their family, their friends, their connections, their hometown, the safe space they had? Who would want to actually leave it for something else, to start a new life? So it takes discipline and self-motivating action, I'd say, because it takes initiative. No, I don't want to say no sane person would do it, but it is an extreme solution or an extreme action for wanting more, wanting change, and that's what drives it basically. So who would actually do that? It's someone that wants more in life, wants to explore, wants to have crazy adventures, as I'd say, because you don't know anyone. That's the crazy part about it, is that when you make such a move, what you're thinking about is, okay, after I go there, what now? I don't know anyone. What's the plan? There's no plan. So the idea is to move with the flow. Just keep on going, take one step after the other, and eventually You'll figure it out. But making the first step is the hardest one, and taking that action is the one that's crazy. But it does feel rewarding and beneficial for you as a person. That's how I believe you'd grow. And I wouldn't be here. I don't think I'll be talking to this camera at all, no shot, if I didn't, if I haven't been through what I've been through and went from one place to another. So I believe it's truly beneficial. And so when you decide to make that change, you know deep inside that it's going to be tough. The process is not simple, but you want to abandon the idea of being the same person each year. I struggled a lot with that. The idea of being the same person, how? Meeting the same people, doing the same stuff, nothing changing in your life. What you eat, what you do, how you live, when you sleep, having that repetition. It honestly, I believe, kills a person because, from what my perspective is, you should desire change. Because without change, I believe you won't grow, even if change is positive or negative. Both, I believe, give you a reason to grow. So if you're hesitant about it and this decision is waiting for you, I'd say go for it. Honestly, I do believe it's truly beneficial. And it's like, truly, if you can succeed with such events, being thrown in a new place, new environment, new people, and then succeeding in whatever you're doing, you're up top. This is the most difficult situation you could be in. You somehow managed, so there's nothing stopping you. It's like as if you were thrown in the deep end in the ocean or deep end in the pool, and then your hands are tied, then it's tied. But you somehow managed to get back up. I don't know how you somehow managed to make it, and you're good. So yeah, so everything else compared to it looks easy now because you managed to do it. One thing that helped me through this journey, I'd say for sure, is staying connected with family and friends, because it will become much harder throughout the process. One, the distance itself. If there's a really big difference in terms of distance, sometimes when new country and new state, sometimes there's a time difference as well. So keeping that connection alive will take initiative from your part to actually keep contacting them, trying to keep it basically alive, because without that it will slowly die and slowly drift apart. I've had that happen with friends because normally I do believe it's normal when there's such a big time difference. For example, right now, in my case, it is tougher. I'll send a message, then I'll wait 10 plus hours, then I get a reply. So it is tough to work through that and then keeping this connection alive with friends and family. So you actually have to put real effort in, and that will actually help you to continue with this journey and amazing adventure. Without that, it will feel a lot tougher, I believe. And you'll feel, I don't want to say lost, but it will make you doubt what you're doing. I do believe that this is not for everyone. Not everyone wants a crazy life and crazy adventures. Some people just want stable or an understandable way of life or a path. So I like to think of it as, honestly, chapters or arcs. I love to think of it as, okay, this arc, I was here in my life. Next arc, I don't know where I'll be. God knows each arc how long they will be. For example, last year, same time, I was in a different state, working with a different company, different people. Met a lot of interesting and cool people, honestly. I worked with, I believe in our team, there was 7 or 8 different nationalities. Honestly, truly amazing. So this part of it, I love. I love meeting and experiencing different cultures and through different people. So that aspect of it is amazing, and I love to put it in art. So who knows what the future holds. I believe that our lives are a book, and I want my book, each chapter, each arc, to be filled with crazy adventures. So I would look back at it when I'm 60 and say, okay, this is how I was shaped as a person. It's because of these stories stacked up and skills I learned throughout and everything in between. But hey, that's how I think right now. Maybe in 5 years, I have a different perspective. So that's just my current theory. But that's just a game theory. I don't know. It's a game theory. I just watched a recent video. Don't worry about it. Bye.